Exploring the rhino ant. A speculative look into ant evolution. Introduction. Ants are among the most fascinating and diverse groups of insects on Earth, with over 12,000 species documented, and new ones being discovered every year. They are known for their highly organized colonies, intricate communication systems, and a remarkable ability to adapt to different environments. But what if we took a speculative journey into the future of ants, imagining a species that evolved into something much more extraordinary? Imagine an ant that has taken on the characteristics of a rhinoceros, a creature that combines the intricate social behaviors of ants with the raw power and defense mechanisms of one of the largest land mammals. We could call this hypothetical species the rhino ant. In this speculative exploration, we will delve into how such a creature might evolve, how it could change the way ants live and interact with their ecosystems, and what implications it might have for the natural world. This journey through the potential evolution of ants will consider biological, ecological, and even philosophical aspects, blending science with imagination to create a thrilling picture of ant evolution at its most extreme. Ant evolution. A brief overview before diving into the idea of the rhino ant. Let's take a moment to understand how ants have evolved into the creatures we know today. Ants belong to the family Formicidae, which is a part of the order Hymenoptera, alongside bees and wasps. Ants evolved from a common ancestor with wasps around 120 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period. Since then, they have adapted to a wide range of environments, from the hottest deserts to the deepest forests, and have developed remarkable traits such as eusociality, advanced communication via pheromones, and diverse body structures. Ant colonies consist of different castes: workers, queens, and males. These castes perform distinct roles within the colony, including foraging, defending, and reproducing. Over millions of years, ants have developed a specialized system of cooperation, communication, and division of labor that has made them one of the most successful groups of animals on Earth. Now, imagine taking this evolutionary success and pushing it in a completely different direction, toward a species with a body designed for defense, durability, and a level of power not seen in any modern ant species. The concept of the rhino ant offers us an opportunity to speculate about how evolution might take a drastically new path. The rhino ant. A speculative evolutionary leap. 1. Physical characteristics. Armor and strength. What would a rhino ant look like? To answer this, we can start by considering the traits of both ants and rhinoceroses and imagine how these could be combined. Ants are known for their small size and lightweight bodies, but in our speculative scenario, the rhino ant would be much larger and more robust. Instead of a delicate exoskeleton, this ant might evolve a thick, almost impenetrable armor, reminiscent of the tough skin of a rhinoceros. This armor would serve multiple purposes: defense from predators, protection in territorial disputes, and perhaps even the ability to ram or charge when defending the nest. The rhino ant's body would likely be stockier than that of its smaller cousins, with powerful legs adapted for charging, perhaps similar to a rhinoceros's powerful limbs. This would allow the rhino ant to move quickly when threatened, but also to sustain its energy over long distances when needed. It could use its strength not only to protect itself but to move objects or dig into the ground, making it a formidable force in its ecosystem. 2. Size and strength. The role of gigantism. Gigantism is an interesting phenomenon that occurs when animals evolve to a size much larger than their relatives. In the case of the rhino ant, this could be achieved through several mechanisms. One possibility is that, over time, environmental pressures led to an increase in size as a survival advantage. A larger body would allow the rhino ant to better defend its colony, access different food sources, and withstand harsher conditions. The rhino ant's size would likely be several times larger than a typical ant. Imagine an ant the size of a small dog or even a large farm animal. This would give the species an entirely new set of abilities: strength, durability, and the ability to intimidate potential predators or rival colonies. 3. Antler-like structures. Defending with horns. Perhaps one of the most striking features of the rhino ant would be a set of horns or antler-like structures. These horns would not only serve as a tool for defense but could also play a role in social interactions within the colony. Like rhinoceroses, where males often use their horns in territorial disputes or courtship, the rhino ant could use its horns in similar ways. These horns would likely be made of a hardened material, perhaps a specialized protein or a mineralized form of chitin, which would give them durability and strength. They might be used to fight off predators like birds, lizards, or even larger mammals. Furthermore, these horns could serve a dual purpose in the ant's social structure, acting as symbols of dominance or maturity in the colony. This could lead to a form of antler wars, where male ants compete for status and mates, much like the territorial battles seen in the animal kingdom today. 4. Enhanced defense mechanisms. The role of aggression. One of the most notable aspects of many ant species is their defense strategies. Some ants have evolved venomous stings or powerful mandibles for protection. The rhino ant would take this defense to a new level. Imagine an ant with a body so powerful it could charge and ram predators, similar to how a rhinoceros defends itself against threats. These ants could also develop specialized chemical weapons, perhaps a supercharged form of the formic acid that many ants already secrete. The rhino ant might be able to spray this acid in defense, creating a formidable deterrent for any would-be predators or invaders. The rhino ant could also use its powerful horns to not only fight off enemies but to create barriers around its nest or carve out new tunnels in the earth. Their aggressive nature would likely make them dominant in their environment, protecting both their resources and their colony with unyielding force. 5. Behavioral changes. A new approach to cooperation. Ants are known for their incredible cooperative behaviors, which have been honed over millions of years of evolution. But how would the rhino ant's enhanced physical capabilities change its social structure? Given their physical prowess, rhino ants would still likely rely on cooperative behaviors, but they might develop a more hierarchical structure within their colonies. The largest and strongest ants, those with the most impressive horns or armor, could assume leadership roles, organizing the colony's defense and foraging efforts. The cooperative nature of the rhino ant would be centered around survival, with each member of the colony taking on specialized roles. Perhaps soldiers with massive horns, workers with specialized limbs for digging, and even elite defenders who use their strength and size to maintain control of the colony's territory. 6. Ecological impact. A giant in the ecosystem, the rhino ant's presence in its environment would undoubtedly have a profound impact on local ecosystems. These giant ants could be top predators or powerful competitors for other species. Their territorial nature and aggressive defense strategies could displace smaller ant species, as well as other insects that rely on ants for food or shelter. However, rhino ants could also contribute positively to their ecosystems by helping to maintain soil structure. With their powerful digging capabilities, they could aerate the soil, creating better conditions for plant growth. This could lead to a cascade of effects throughout the ecosystem, as more plants grow and more animals rely on these plants for food. Given their size and strength, rhino ants might also have a more direct impact on larger predators. Their formidable defenses might make them nearly invulnerable to most threats, allowing them to dominate their environment in ways that smaller ants simply cannot. 7. The social structure. Cooperation or conflict. One of the most intriguing aspects of the rhino ant would be how its massive size and strength would influence its social dynamics. While ants are known for their collective behavior, the introduction of such powerful individuals could lead to interesting shifts in how colonies function. Would the colony be more focused on individual prowess, with dominant ants taking control, or would the cooperation seen in modern ants still be paramount? It's possible that, in a rhino ant colony, the relationship between individuals would become even more complex, with competition for resources, mates, and status becoming more pronounced. 8. The rhino ant and human imagination. The idea of a rhino ant presents not only an exploration of the possible future of ants but also a fascinating glimpse into how human imagination can blend biological realities with fantasy. The evolutionary journey of such a creature taps into our fascination with giants in nature, and it challenges us to think about the limits of what is possible in the natural world. Conclusion: the rhino ant is, of course, a product of pure speculation. It is unlikely that ants will evolve into such massive, powerful creatures. But imagining such a creature provides an interesting lens through which to explore the boundaries of evolution and the possible outcomes of adaptive pressures. Through this speculative journey, we have seen how the rhino ant might combine the highly organized, cooperative nature of ants with the immense power and durability of a rhinoceros. Such a creature would not only challenge our understanding of ant behavior but also have a profound impact on its ecosystem and the other species within it. As we look at the ants around us, we are reminded of the remarkable adaptability and resilience of nature. Whether or not ants ever evolve into creatures like the rhino ant, the possibilities for evolutionary innovation are limitless, and that is what makes the natural world so endlessly captivating.